Oh my goodness, the mega cope that's going on right now. So the Supreme Court told Dementia Don that his Trump tax, his tariffs, were not constitutional. So of course he lost his ever-loving dementia-riddled mind and promptly said that he was going to then impose a 10% tariff, to which the world laughed at him. And so, since they insulted his poor little feelers, he raised that up to 15%. And what gets me is the maggot cope going on around here in ignorant Idaho in the local Trump state media is watching these fools twist themselves into pretzels and talk about how, number one, the Supreme Court has now all of a sudden turned crooked. Yeah, they've been crooked all along. They just finally did something right for a change. But I remember when we were talking in a past administration about student loan forgiveness and how maggots were screaming about how that was against the laws of the land and that the president had to follow what the Supreme Court said. And um, we saw how that worked out. And now those same fools are screaming that their dear leader, President P. Doe, um, in his dementia-riddled state, has the right to ignore the highest courts of the land and do whatever he darn well pleases. And these are also the same fools that were laughing during the No Kings rallies and saying that we don't have a king and we don't need a king. And they seem okay with a president ignoring the Constitution and the highest courts of the land, as long as it's the president that they like. I will be interested to see how they would feel if, say, the next Democrat that becomes president starts behaving like President Pedo here. Hopefully we won't elect another pedo. Hopefully we'll start actually doing what the rest of the world is doing and locking them up, and if not locking them up, at least taking them out of their positions of power. However, the point is, right now, mega morons are cheering the fact that their dementia-riddled dear leader is ignoring the highest courts of the land, yet they were screaming that President Biden and President Obama had better darn well listen to those same courts. It makes no sense.